Yep, I think anyone not wanting to grieve themselves would probably bet based on draft that Red didn't take this one.
Mm. But that's not to say, you know,
because it really
the
looked
most-
like it really showed towards the end there that he couldn't play the team fight.
yeah, like, no one wants to be.
But because
Oh,
he
look
did
out!
get the
There's that
invis.
blink. Troll decides to go into the bug. The bug pops his ult and is squirming away as fast as he can. Returns with the Glipnir, but they did see that his supports were behind him. Reverie doing what he can to run away. They do have the elect to pop the ult this time. Oh, he's been silenced. He may not get a chance to pop the ult. The slow comes out. 2, 3. Oh, let's right at the feet of the fish. Oh, but gets the invisibility off. His OD, these sort of things. So I see that Huskar ban. I think these guys probably either watched the stream or done their research. Troll and Wyvern. The clockwork, and once again he is caught in front of that angry fish, this time with double damage, and the fish doesn't even need the life stealer to put him down.
Yeah, having the blink now on the sports van makes the world of difference. It makes your stuns.
Stealer, and down goes that Clinks. Lucky he dropped a skeleton on death.
Yep.
Yep.
That was like 100 gold to the, and there comes the tip from Huncho to say. Sorry, my headset cut out just then.
That's all good. All good. Yeah, I was just saying.
As we were saying, yeah, Hoodwink is just strong laner and no mana either.
Oh my god! They have vision down. Oh, and referee goes down top. Hang on. Because you lose vision, but because you lose vision and immediately tilt, and then remain tilted for the rest of the game. And it doesn't just happen to you once, Ilstaya. It will happen to you 40 times in a game. And God, it doesn't. Was that just a spear on this? Well, I looked away for just a second. Was it just an acorn? Big acorn?
Yeah, it was an acorn on a blood grenade. The clock was just really low. Mistake on his part.
Okay.
Miscalculated how much damage the hits were gonna do.
Axe calls Ghost once again. Ghost does not have his ult this time, at least for another 1 second. Glipnir comes down on top of him and his ult comes up just. You need to be very, very careful here because Sven is waiting for you as well, and you might get the call off, but that Weaver does have a big, juicy ult. He gets in range to drop the urn, and the urn is going to be enough to deal with the rat. Drop
can be a little bit sometimes hit or miss. We did see some really nice bushwhacks last game, but yeah, obviously it's a skill shot and you can miss.
RE says, no, I'm not trapped in here with you, Johnny. You're trapped in here with me, and Johnny has to run, and run real fast. He chases him down with his ult and gets the burst off, and the clock. Clock is in a little bit of... That was a pretty sick play coming out from RE. He's feeling himself. He sees that bug run after him, and he decides, nah, I'm just gonna kill him and get out of here. That is a super sick play. Hold up, Mars throws the ult. Not much has come of it just yet because there's a huge wall in the middle of it all that is gonna take down the Mars. The Sven, the position 5, dies in the back.
XP, it's also galvanized stacks which help him farm, help him gank, just further enable the hero. So you don't want to feed him too many. And obviously he does lose 3 when he dies, but it
Magic
now
steal?
scales a little bit. It's still the same at max level, but it's early levels.
The question, Ilstaya, and I would be very surprised if you were like, oh yeah, it's just this, but I just thought I'd ask in case, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
interaction.
I'd be surprised if it does. You lifesteal so much and you deal so much damage, and they do such little damage to you. It's great. One really aggressive, super aggressive hero in the slider, and then they had the offlaner and the pods 5 buying auras, enabling him, backing him up.
But the blood grenade comes out, and there is some protection coming out from Sven. Okay, beautiful rotation in from Sven there. I think they probably died.
He does.
No?
Okay, I think they can still go.
I think so too.
I mean, Storm does
Oh,
have
he's waiting for
buyback,
rage.
but-
He was waiting for rage. The Snapfire as well. Axe is in, trying to get that Ursa to punch him, but they got the Yules now, and Axe becomes a whole lot more useless once that Yules goes off. Sand King blinking in, he pops his ult, and is doing a huge amount of damage to Ursa. All of a sudden he's silenced, he force-staffs himself over the edge, but the Sven just throws the stun. Out comes the big old shackle, and he drops a skeleton on death. In comes Storm, doing what he can to deal with that Hoodwink as fast as he can. Weaver, oh, hang on, fair bit of damage coming out onto Filipino rules here. Just gonna slither forward. Grab that rune
Yeah,
and
he's got his
way
two
back.
braces and his innate, so it's... I don't think I like the Glimmer pickup on the Hoodwink, just because you want to be playing on the edge of fights, and you want to be pumping out damage. I feel like you could have... The Ursa really can't man-fight him with the build that the Axe has.
Awesome
So-
pickup, by the way, Ilstaya, detecting that earlier on.
It's
Good call.
just... But it doesn't provide any lockdown for the Weaver, which is sort of usually more so the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, I don't think... Is Zeus being picked at Riyadh? I don't know.
You remove their vision, and that is the part that tilts me most. God, that is so powerful, and no one's talking about it, but God, it is so frustrating. Not
Most of Haze obviously is very scary early on.
Oh, that fish is moving quickly through the water there, Storm Spirit. You might need to drop a slow if you want to get to...
Yeah, I'm not sure. You always kind of want to go for those places, Storm, and then sometimes they don't work out, and then you regret it so hard afterwards, and you're just like, man, what a dude.
Get the bug on the background, but they need to run as fast as they can. That is a dunk for Axe, our boy. 10 coats of blood.
Definitely still worth it for Radiant. They killed the carry, and they tried.
Okay. Well,
I don't know why River has got some weird fetish for it.
I agree with you, by the way. I think Clink sucks. Interesting. It was Rev that plays out, but I don't think it'll matter too much. George, that's a big scary bear, and for the first time he's just getting some damage and applying it to you. RFA is going to do his best to run away.
With the first wave.
This lane should get easier for him once he has, oh, hang on, look out. Going top. Trouble with that troll on top of him pumping gold, but they managed to burst both the troll and the Sand King, and it looks like probably the Axe here as well, and that's likely going to be the game. We'll see. Trouble as well. Storm's Fruit lurking on the back lines, looking for someone to get soft enough for him to zip in and burst, but they're all pretty healthy. We've all had that fish blink on us and just absolutely annihilate us in
Well, he doesn't even have blink yet, but it's just these heroes that can buy an orchid. Yeah, I want the hero nerfed. I am fine playing against it core, but it's just so strong as a support. It's so irritating.
Cure, Hoodwink, and Snapfire, both of the very strong supports of the patch. But then again, so is Sven and Weaver. They're both incredibly strong as well. Clinks making his first real play, trying for a solid pickup here on MGC. Doesn't quite have the damage to deal with the Darkseer. But some people have ported and they've left RE behind. It's more traditional one. What do you think this hero plays?
Most likely it's gonna be a 5. I don't think you can carry Sven second.
Yep.
I mean, it's possible if they
Weaver time lapse. Is his enrage keep going?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's really
Mars. You should have seen the ults this Mars was getting, hey. Just phenomenal stuff coming out from him. And I love seeing a good RFA again. RFA's 4 staff and cookie. Ghost still a little bit hungry. Axe still waiting on the side.
and
Careful, Snap, you're
ulti.
out of position and there's a big cranky dinosaur behind you. He's just going to take a little stroll while he slams his hands and that Snap is absolutely gone. And this is exactly what I was talking.
Luxury now
Huge
has
Sven
to
ult
enter.
comes out there.
Oh, someone's query goes down.
Kiwi's Courier.
But good of that they didn't have an Orchid Fire. But this game they do, so it's going to be much scarier. And something to notice as well is they have.
Lexi is still probably one of the best offlaners. Same with Brew. Techies, if there's a techie specialist, it's obviously really strong. Spirit Breaker is, I think, also really popular right now. So
Looking on the sidelines, and if they're out of position, he could get a phenomenal call onto them. Slaughter Gang goes down. There's that call I was talking about. All of a sudden, that Wyvern is in a whole lot of trouble. Down she goes. Can they kill the bug as well? And I'm dedicating all of that to like trying to get on top of this bug, like dedicating everything I have to catching the bug. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't quite feel right. I shouldn't be having to space, and they lose there. Oh no,
yeah.
Reverie, you need to be real careful because there are 3 very angry heroes, but Axe is about to get a tremendous call, I think. Oh, the stun catches...
I think that's the benefit of their 3 heroes right now, is that you can sort of put them wherever. I have seen that, yeah, people have been playing it a lot mid, so it possibly is if it has a favourable matchup.
Meanwhile, looks like Filipino Rules is back and he is as cranky as he possibly can be. Vacuum kills that Clockwork immediately, but they do get the track off onto the fish, and any second example, a few whiffed hook shots, these sort of things, but it is a comp setting and there is a lot of pressure on these guys, so maybe in the draft they didn't quite think it through so much. Maybe.
So it's fine for him to die there. And they also, as you said, kill Darkseer, so it's kind of 1-on-1 and he stops them pushing high ground, so definitely worth. But
At the moment is this Weaver. It is just so obnoxious. And it just gains HP, damage, so quick. Like, look at this. Who can bully the rat like that?
the kind of point where the Weaver's damage falls off a little bit, and your Sven obviously doesn't do a lot of damage, that's not what you're picking it as a support. So when there's no
Blink on Axe too,
Wyvern,
by the way.
yeah. But I mean, Enrage is a relatively low cooldown, and he's got his Shard as well. And he's queuing up the Ags.
It's not the lower division, the intermediate division below this one. And there's a player in that division called Kozzy. I know you've met him and maybe know him well. Tingling. And this is the thing, is that they can dive pretty deep with the dinosaur and the bug. RFA elects to get his Sand King out, but it's going to cost him his life. Picks him up, puts him into the ground. Not much going to be left for him, though John's And the clockwork is dead, but the Weaver has come to play as well. Looks like the Rat is going to run as fast as he can to try and get out of there, but ultimately dies to the urn. Ooh, saves him! That is the BKB out on Reese. He's just going to try and put on as much damage as he can before it runs out. He is, but Sven looking for more. He does have the Yules if he does get...
But I think that overcommittal has now given the advantage to Radiant.
I think so too. These are two heroes you don't want to accelerate. We haven't been seeing a whole lot of Wyvern mid. This is sort of a make or break style mid, so I'm very excited to see that. I'm looking at Slaughter Gang's team, maybe a little bit more difficult to execute.
Especially against the Storm, obviously, it's extra value. And against the Weaver as well. And it's something the last game that they lacked on the Dire side against the Weaver is that
on the enemy team. And like, I get it, Vacuum strong, Spoopy Ball strong, Iron Shell strong, and especially Iron Shell strong on heroes like Lifestealer.
And
but,
it's an important
I mean, Radiant's electing to stay, right? And if they stay, they are in a whole lot of trouble. The Root comes out to keep that Storm Spirit in place, but good god, there is some damage coming out, and that Storm Spirit just vanishes. Go for the Shivas after his blink.
Yeah, it's nice armor. Obviously, it's got the heal reduction.
Between some very scary heroes there, but the main damage dealer gets grabbed on the back by the Hoodwink. Doesn't matter though, Johnny, even with all his armor, goes down to the two very scary supports that are on top of him. But they lose the Ursa! Kiwi on Sven, Ghost Orb Weaver, Filipino Rules on Winter Wyvern, Hunter George on Sand King, Slaughter Gang CEO on Hoodwink, Johnny on Axe, RFA on Snapfire, and Reverie on to that fish, and everything he has is about 300 damage, 350 damage. That's not a good sign.
Just in trouble.
For the
Puncher no matter though, he's gonna die
Meanwhile,
to the...
catches him out. Storm Spirit zips in, catches the Dark Seer.
BKB, but no
towards the
TP
Mars.
for 3 seconds.
Mars could die here if he's not careful. They did. Ferocious playing into him. So yeah, these are interesting drafts. I'm gonna say it. As much as I love Mars, I do like the Austrian Painters draft more. I think it just sort of. So Ghost has decided to play forward here, but this snap just steps completely out of position. The slow goes off onto her, followed by that big Sven stun, and even though Sven doesn't do a whole lot of damage, the Wyvern does.
Nerfed.
Okay. Alright, cool.
So you have to max it now instead of getting
just 1 or 2 value points in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still really good.
A bit of mana. That hasted Lifestealer is a bit hungry for him. Vision here is going to catch the team. They know they're coming. They've got
Dies from like, or gets super low from like 2 hits from the troll, and then the troll dies anyway because he's 1 HP when he comes out of the Wyvern ult.
Good to see.
Ghost, you're standing on the ward.
It's brewing.
He
Huncho
stuff. It's nice. Woodwink is sitting on his gold for his Atos. That'll help, especially against the Weaver. Armor reducing with his Q.
And at least we're not seeing these two heroes in the same team, like last time. Like, obviously they knew that, and that's why they grabbed both the Weaver and the Sven last time, because the Sven awesome, and then he brings it into the rest of the fight, catches again. Like that huge extended fight with that rod from Ghost was pretty big. I think it caught him off guard. I think it was pretty Very line from Ursa shows that they know they're in there, or maybe they just want to take it themselves. Oh, the bug comes through.
See Ghost come in. A lot of move speed to run away from the Clinks, and when the Clinks comes out of his ulti, if you just run away, he doesn't have the catch.
Very exciting.
The troll versus Ursa matchup is very troll favored, so we
catch that fish, but the Darkseid is lurking on the side too. Both these heroes are very low. Clockwork and Mars can get a whole lot done. If Radiant off, Slaughtergang and RFA need to run! Haste on the Wyvern, and Wyvern is applying some damage. There's two supports there, and they don't have a really big HP pool, and this Dragon has a whole lot. Doesn't put himself ahead, or is it the Slardar hitting his 6 and finds someone in lane, strips armor, and puts him down?
I think it's pretty even, to be honest.
Yeah? And it felt like once that fish was blinking in, they were having a real hard trouble. They were all just. It felt like it was always it became always a 4v5 fight. They were always picking.
I think this Clockwork should buy a Scepter.
Even with hungry, the Ogre seals up to the high ground, drops his invisibility, but Sven pops the stun. Ooh. Okay, let's
absolutely worth. A little bit of a committal, I think, from Dire.
I am still shocked. I couldn't even get my words out. I'm so shocked how much damage one little shredder and pretty good. I reckon. Okay, so Johnny gets the call onto that bug once again. Stun comes out. Johnny caught.
I kind of want to see Reverie just ditch trying to fight with this team for a little bit and split push a bit or something.
I guess Weaver probably ends up with a Glipnir at some point. Hoodwink, there we go. So looks like Slaughtergang will be doing their research, at least in the pro scene, to managing to see
Galvanized stacks, which is something you always have to remember playing against the Storm. That you're not just, it's not just deaths for Golden Egg.
Yeah, okay, yep, you're right. No, that is Wyvern mid. So we got Wyvern mid, Peewee 5, 4. That's about what we expected. Magic decides to take the Primal Beast. Okay, cool. Is it just this Weaver causing him pain? Speaking to the Weaver, rotating in behind this Slardar. Slardar in a whole lot of trouble here. Filipino Rules is trying to run, but there is Clockwork. A Weaver decides not to haste Lifestealer, the person who has been carrying him this entire game. Lifestealer now going in on the clock. Meanwhile, the Rat playing on the background. Ari does deal with the Clockwork, but it does come at the cost of his support.
On Ursa, I think he was enabled by his team. I didn't feel crazy impact from the Primal.
The troll last game. We were speaking about that player, Connor. He tended to pick this hero in Grief My Games as well. So maybe those two have a little secret garbage hero club that I don't know.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
So I think that was, although it seems like a question of Wise Mars there, he was getting the next wave. So they
needs to just get up the hill. He is away.
Ghost does have Shikuchi.
Ghost is chasing. Puts out the vision. How long till Shikuchi's back up? 5 seconds. Blood Grenade again. He elects to burn a second one. 2 the clings. Applying some damage to him. gonna have to make a play soon, guys, because they are just taking your racks. Whiff on the stun. It was right on the edge. He's thinking about maybe taking out this Wyvern, but Wyvern just gonna play it safe. Swaps the bracer, pops the wand, and a tip comes out. I think maybe Hunter George knows he should be winning it, the Wyvern.
You know,
Oh, Storm zip in onto
play.
the Sven position 5, and I think this Sven's position 5 just goes down here. He's trying to get his galvanized stacks back. So he decides to just die. It's an absolute distraction. It applies huge damage in the team fights. Like, is it better to just let something like the Spirit Breaker slip through and play into that?
Problem was, when Radiant was chasing after the Hoodwink, they don't have the burst that Dire does. So to kill someone takes a bit of time, and in that time, Dire were able. But okay, they get a kill.
Nice.
And Axe finished on the Axe.
So the rod reveal under the tower absolutely awesome.
He's just like walking back top. He's like half HP. He didn't get a kill.
Battle Fury delayed just a little bit longer. Although he's not too far, another 600 gold. Vacuum back, Storm still has one tiny zip. Nope, that is one more kill for that Lifestealer. That's a triple kill for those keeping track at home. Another bug, needs to be careful as well, though I don't think either of these two cause waste as much time as he possibly can.
Yeah, and in that time you see them almost kill Reverie. Reverie's forced to ulti, and then the Wyvern just Winter's curses the Hood, and Hood.
Does he have a crush? He does. One more bash, and he's
gonna get a
got
bash
him.
now. Though.
One more slap. And it turns out the lane goes the way of the big
With 1,800 HP.
Slardar is stalking. We've seen what happens to this Clockwork when those two jump on top of him, and Clockwork is gone. Trading 4 for 4. Yep. I beat blue wards, please. Buy and drop blue ward.
You just abuse your range, and your nuke is really strong. I don't really know what the Sand King can do to you, but I think the Sand King will also probably get. Excuse me, it was the troll dying and not the Sapphire. Feels very painful. I mean, you can see here that the troll is only level 3, and the Primal Beast is big form as well.
That is a shard that you want to get for free. That one right there.
Yeah, it's not amazing. Lifestealer it doesn't have.
So I wouldn't even say no. I meant
an orc. Not even so much the Orchid, but it's the Atos. He doesn't want to be popping BKB just for an Atos. So it makes sense. The blink, or instead of Shadowblade you go blink missile or something.
Okay.
Because I think they're kind of lacking that hard lockdown. And it lets you just man fight anyone so much better.
Initiates with the stun, right?
Whereas
either initiates with the stun, then get silenced, or walk rise.
A Gleipnir is going to hold Slardar, Darkseer, Hoodwink, you know,
to commit so much to catch the bug. Same with the Hoodwink. That's why.